Welcome back. Yeah, I got time. Today we are talking about the Anbernic RG353v. I touched upon it a little bit in the last video that I owned an emulation handheld. I really like handhelds. It's something that I'm kind of like a hobbyist into. I wouldn't say that it's like, there are dedicated channels and channels that I watch that are fully dedicated to handhelds. I wouldn't say I'm anything in that regard or really am that in depth in the scene. I just, I like to watch the videos. I like to think about, maybe one day I could buy it. But yeah, let me get started. So I've owned this for 2 years now. I think I started I bought it in 2023 around springtime. So it's been about 2 years since I've had it, maybe even 3. Yeah, 24, 25. Yeah, 3 years now. Ooh, yeah, I'm old. But yeah, so I've had this for 3 years now. It was around $80 when I bought it, when I think it was newer at the time. It included the newer chipset and the Anbernic did this thing where they released 2 versions of it, one with a more advanced chipset and the other one with a kind of less advanced chipset. It was a little bit cheaper, kind of on the more of the budget side. But yeah, I ended up going with the V, which was the one with the little bit more chipset. I went with the 64 gigabyte version, I believe, with the Android interface in it as well, which was optional. It generally comes with that SD card that has RetroArch preloaded on it with the games. I'm not gonna lie, I'll get into it a little bit later, but I don't think you need it, depending on, and I'll kind of explain why. What I like about it: portability. It's super easy to just throw in your bag and bring places. I have a small bag that I bring with me everywhere I go. Shout out food allergies, got my Eppies in it, so I generally will throw this in there as well, just because sometimes I get a little bit bored on my phone, so I want something to do, so I will bring it out. I also really like some of the emulation on it is actually super great. For example, I think the games that run the best on it are going to be Game Boy Advance games. For me, they just feel the most at home and the most natural. Other retro emulation generally runs pretty well on it. I haven't had too many issues either with N64 games. I've run into a couple stuttering issues and other stuff with consoles like PSP, but for this thing to be able to run PSP games at all too is a little bit impressive. DS games also don't run fantastic on the emulator that they have set up for it. The reason being is, as much as they run fine, it's more the layout. You can't edit the layout as much as I feel like you should be able to. Now, there's a kind of a way around it, is in the Android, there we go, the Android thing interface. When you launch the console and you hold the power button plus the R button, you're able to actually launch it into Android. And in Android, with DS games, you're able to kind of edit the way they look a little bit through the emulator that I think they have, DS Emu or whatever it's called. But yeah, you can tell it's kind of older emulation hardware, even older for the time, because there's definitely more advanced versions now, especially for Android handhelds and Android phones in general. But overall, if you are mainly using DS games that just kind of want and just use the top screen, like Pokemon games or some Mario Kart games, stuff like that, it's fine. It has touchscreen as well, but the touchscreen is only accessible in the Android interface, so you have to be mindful of that as well. I do think, though, where this console shines and what I mostly use it for is for things like Pokemon ROM hacks. You can download Pokemon ROM hacks on this thing and it can run them super well. I've been playing Pokemon Glazed and Pokemon Unbound on it, and I've had a lot of fun with those games, and I've been able to kind of experience them. I've also played Emerald on this thing. One thing I will note, though, about this as well is with non-ROM hacked Pokemon games, especially for the Game Boy Advance, there's no nothing in the emulator that they put that tells the game that there's an actual clock, so you won't be able to save, and it will just brick the game, so you have to create save states, which kind of sucks. But other than that, it runs the games perfectly fine, and you're able to kind of go and beat them at your own pace. But yeah, it is a great little handheld for that type of stuff. I guess getting into the things that I don't really love about it, RetroArch kind of sucks on this thing. The menus aren't great. It's kind of hard to get through. And it also comes with a crap ton of shovelware. So it's a lot of games that you won't love or like. Yes, they put like some games that you would like to play, more the Nintendo classics or the Sega classics, things like that, especially for the retro game fans. But sometimes you get Barbie for the DS, and not a lot of people are playing Barbie for the DS. And if you are, I bet you it slaps. I've never played it, and maybe I should. But for a lot of people who are into those games, I don't think a lot of them are going to play like Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 for the DS. Like, it's not a console. It's not games that on those consoles that were ones that really needed to kind of be on here. So they kind of just threw games on here to almost do what those TV consoles did back in the day, where it was like 1,000 games in one, where a lot of them weren't actually quality, it was just the quantity that was there. Fortunately, there are some quality here, and you actually can go and take the SD cards out and, you know, upload other games onto them. Like, for example, I was able to upload Pokemon Black and White 2, Soul Silver, Platinum, all of those games on here, which was great. Unfortunately, though, it does come with a little bit of a head scratching to figure out how to get those games to actually show up in RetroArch. Again, if you follow other channels that are way more familiar with handhelds, and especially Android handhelds or handhelds that use RetroArch, they'd probably be able to tell you a lot more than me. But this is just coming from someone who's like you guys, who would buy the console not previously knowing these stuff, or buy the handheld, I should say, and run into these kind of hoops of, oh, I don't know about this. Like, I don't know. Also, one thing I should say is it comes with 2 little Nintendo Switch thingies. One thing about a lot of Anbernic consoles that came, or handhelds that came out at the time, is the joysticks go in 4 areas. So it's basically just another D-pad. And it makes it a little bit hard to play games like N64 games where you need that like almost cross-directional inputs in comparison. So it's definitely something to keep in mind as well. Overall, though, I wouldn't say regret my purchase. I think I would have just done a little bit more research and maybe held out. There are great and fantastic handhelds all out right now. I would definitely say 2 that I've seen a lot of people like is the Iron Thor. People love that thing. I really want one, but it is a little pricey and they are in high demand. Another one too is the Retroid Pocket 5. I know the Pocket 4 was also pretty popular, and the Pocket 5 is doing well too. But yeah, there's even some Anbernics that are better than this one. I know the RGDS came out, which is kind of one for DS games, which when it first dropped, it was awful. It didn't have, the software side was just a mess. But now that it's been kind of updated and a lot of like, you know, people online have been able to kind of patch things a bit, it's better now. I haven't done too much research into kind of figuring out if it is still worth the purchase. It is on the cheaper side though. Handhelds can be kind of expensive, and I know the RGDS is around $100. So it can be a bang for your buck. It's just about whether you value that in your handheld. Yeah, I definitely want to say that if you are looking for a handheld that is similar to this, more for retro games and less for your bigger titles like 3DSs, Switch, stuff like that, it's a whole nother rabbit hole to jump down. But if you're just looking for something to play little retro games on, or just throw in your bag casually because you're just sick of scrolling on your phone all the time, something like this is a good option. I maybe would not go with the 353v just because it's a little pricier and it doesn't have, I would say, the preferred things for those retro games. I feel like there's way better handhelds that can run them, but I definitely recommend something like it if you are in the market for playing just retro games that you would like to see. You know, maybe you want to play retro Street Fighter games and you just want them to be in your pocket. There's definitely ways to do that, and I think that handhelds like these are a great way to introduce people to games that maybe they haven't played before. Like, for example, I had one of my friends play Zelda Minish Cap for the first time on this thing, and that's one of my favorite games of all time. So it's like, for me, it's a great way to kind of expose people to that area. I'm also planning to do another video on why I think the Switch Lite is one of the best handhelds you can get right now, mostly because the price is just one of the big things about it. But yeah, hopefully gonna get that released soon. Hoping to do some other content around handhelds, games, stuff like that. We'll see. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Like, subscribe, share. Hold up. Is that Sosuke?
Like a sailor in a big green boat, like a sailor in a